Hello, welcome back to Mr. Arsenal podcast for another international Watchalong. Well, it's international, but the last of the international Watchalong, thank God. England v Poland, just kicking off now. Sorry I was late, literally I was trying to do things, but obviously I'm going to do it half time instead now. And yeah, first and foremost, before we get into the game, race just kicked off. I need to send the thoughts and prayers out to Claude and his friends and family. For anyone that doesn't know, Claude, who's known for being who was on AFTV, then had his own channel, built that up for Claude and the Bansters. We got news yesterday that sadly he has passed away. And yeah, to say I was gutted and shocked by the news was an understatement. And yeah, hence why I didn't do a video thing yesterday. It just weren't in the right state of mind, to be honest. And like I said, at the start of it all, basically, I want to send my thoughts and prayers actually sent to all his friends and family. Obviously today as well, it's the 20th anniversary since we lost, from an Arsenal perspective and English as well. Tragically, David Rocastle, aka Rocky. 20 years today, and yeah. So again, doesn't get any, like I've been saying on Twitter all day, and I've said last year, and we did a show here, me, Kevin Campbell, James Rowan, the judges. It doesn't get any easier, but it'll never be forgotten. And I have got something ready to upload tomorrow. That's a bit different, a bit unique, to pay tribute to Rocky as well. But yeah, we're literally 2 minutes into the game now. Hopefully it's going to be a snore fest like it was on Sunday. We need to, big up Mark. Hope you're right. Yeah, it has been been a bit of a gut puncher as well. Yesterday's news and then chat, and then obviously to that being 20 years today as well. Yeah. To be honest, yesterday when that came through, I switched off. Like I said, I didn't come on here or upload a sort of tribute video to Claude. I wasn't in the right frame of mind to do it, and yeah, that's not the right frame of mind really. But yeah, as I said, on prayers and all that, and condolences go out to his family. And his friends, he's even closer friends than me, because we were friends off camera and all that. But he obviously had closer friends, so a lot closer. And yeah, hopefully Arsenal can do him one hell of a send off and give him a win this weekend coming, and also go on to win the Europa League. And then build on from that, obviously, and all that. Yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, it is what it is. Oh, dear. I won't be forgotten. Claude will never be forgotten either. Another reason why I didn't go live yesterday, apart from obviously not being in the right frame of mind. If I had, in the mood that I was in, because of seeing and hearing things that had been said to him the night before, or hours before, we don't know, but yeah. It really grinded on my gears. And I would have basically let loose out, not just at the people responsible, as in people have been attacking Claude, not just recently, throughout his entire time on social media, and even on his channel sometimes. I would have gone in for the fucking social media platforms as well themselves, because if they were policing if they policed these incidences these situations, these idiots, they policed them and we're doing what we've all been saying for how many years now. If they're doing that, I know it's ifs, buts and maybes, but if they were doing that, Claude will still be with us because he wouldn't have that. He was already battling mental health, and that's the thing. Everyone knew for years he'd been battling mental health for other reasons. But there's idiots out there, and cowards and pricks. And I'm being polite, by the way, that decided to use that to their advantage because they haven't got a life, and yeah, started to bat him over the head with it 24/7, no matter what. Don't get me wrong, no one's perfect in life, but come on, there's a time that there's things you do and there's things you don't, and that's what they've done for years, going and grinding at him for years, ain't on, never is, and never will be. They're not for anyone, and to the point where he was suffering in silence. In the end, he wasn't opening up to people as much about his mental health as he maybe should have done. But he got to a point where he just felt that he was alone, that it would be better off. And lockdown hasn't helped either. The third one here in the UK, that hasn't helped. And it obviously, him missing his mum and all that. And that was the last message I saw him put out, apparently, on his social media, on his Twitter that night. It makes it hurt even more. Then to obviously hear what we heard and confirmed the following day. Oh dear. But yeah. Mark in the chat, Mark, sorry. Did you watch the Hybrid Squad last night? That was emotional. I've watched the first half of it, yeah. I had it on, because for some reason my TV, because I like to watch almost YouTube stuff on TV, and for some reason recently, for some reason when I go on YouTube, let me watch anything like uploaded or like it's been live and not live at that time. No problem. And it used to, again, I've never had an issue watching live stuff on my TV before, like, and suddenly it's just the last week or so it decided, no, if you want to watch it live, the screen's going to go blank, and you've now basically got. So it's either watch it on my phone or on my iPad or whatever, or wait till it's finished and then watch it back. And obviously, I think it was yesterday. I think now. Yesterday, actually, I was watching. Live-wise, I was watching Richard's channel over and over again because he was doing a tribute to Rocky with Melvin, Andrew, and Princess Amanda was on there briefly for the first 21 minutes as well. This was obviously just before she had to go over, then come off and then go live to Hybrid Squad, obviously. And what's his name? Former Arsenal player, he used to play alongside Rocky, Mark. I can't remember his name now. It'll come to me in a minute. It will come to me. But basically, that's ended up being a 2.5 hour episode on Richard's channel. So I watched that. So yeah, hence why I watched it back. I watched the Hybrid Squad back, like I always do. I do give Sophie, Amanda, and Kevin's podcast as much. What was it? What's the words? Not praise was of but promotion as I can on my end, because obviously even though they've got their bigger platform than me, I still want to do my bit. That's it, Mark Flats, that's the one. Literally, it was because he's been on Richard's channel a couple of times before, and I don't know why his name just went in my head. I never knew Mark, but he said it, I went, He joins us live. But yeah, it's just, yeah, I'm still not, as you can tell, okay, because of what's happened, also what I've just gone into with the Claude situation and my opinions on the matter, and how this all could have been avoided if nights of Twitter, the powers that be at Twitter, the powers that be at Instagram, Facebook, etc., even YouTube themselves, had all fucking got their head out their asses years ago and policed this properly from day one. But no, can't do that, can you? But the social media accounts are quick enough to go after Twitter profiles or Instagram profiles for copyright. Where's the sense in that, eh? And also, basically, unless these people, we come out and go, well, hang on, we've been abused, or in like the Ian Wright's case, in previous months, I've been racially abused on a social media platform and etc. The social media don't do anything anyway, but they don't give over information. They refuse to give over the information to the old bill anyway. The old bill's like, we need the information to go find their IP address and then hunt these people down and bring some sort of justice. They don't. Oh, no, don't be silly. But if you're a celebrity, we still won't do it. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. And what has it got to take? I mean, in terms of Twitter as well, they literally recently have banned Katie Hopkins from Twitter indefinite. She's never coming back. Trump, literally back in November, even more recently, he got taken off like Twitter and all social media platforms he has completely. For I think he's said and done on his social media platform in the past. It's eventually caught up and thought, okay, good. And was that Vapor back in halfway through last year? What's it? I can't remember his name now. I'll come to me in a second. But yeah, basically he made it. He went on his platform basically promoting some tour or something, and he's basically being anti-Semitic. Basically, he's attacking a certain group of people, so we say, and straight away, because of the backlash that had at the time, he was closed down like that. Trump took a long time, as we know. Katie Hopkins took a long time, as we know. With Katie Hopkins, actually, she got suspended initially, but now she's been completely up. Nope. But the average Joe accounts, people like you and me, as in, when I say people like me, I mean the people that are not in the public limelight. It's ridiculous. It's sickening, and I'm just pissed. I'm really pissed off. I literally switched off completely yesterday. I know he's a England Watchalong and all that with 30 minutes in his name. There's nothing really to talk about at the moment, the game itself, but I literally switched off from everyone yesterday. Just completely like that. To the point someone thought I was ignoring them on purpose. I explained the situation. It's like, okay, it's not sorry for your loss, but it's not my loss. But even though he's a friend, as I said, there's people that know him more, and he's obviously his family that are suffering a lot more than myself are in this grief. And for all the, I can't think now. This is the thing. These people that attack the likes of Claude and other people, they only see him on camera. They don't see him off the camera, away from camera, and what he's like as a person away from the camera when the cameras are switched off, or up till the summer AFTV, or even since then on his own channel. They don't see him as in how I've seen him off camera, Kevin Campbell, Amanda, Kenny Ken, Lee Judges, even Craig from the Same Old Arsenal podcast, Dan Potts, I believe they've met as well, Mo as well, Buddy, and anyone, Sam as well, has been on the channel before, James Rowe. They don't see that side, the side that we've all seen, and there's other people that have met him, that's come into contact with him as well. We've all been privileged enough to see the sort of person he is away from camera, and sort of how genuine he is as a person off camera. He doesn't play up to the celebrity status that he's been given and all that because of the platform he was on. He's just continued with his life the way it was before AFTV even came along. Put it this way, personally, if it wasn't for him, I met him a few times, obviously after games and all that, when he's doing as he's going in to do his interview with Robbie and all that. The first time we actually socialised away from, it wasn't an AFTV situation at all. Like Robbie and all that weren't there. It was trying to think now. It was March, not last year, obviously the year before. The week we went up to the North London derby at Wembley, where we drew 1-1. There was this event just basically off Holloway Road, in the bar of Holloway Road, sports bar. Kevin Campbell, Nigel Winterburn were there, and Harry Shimiu, Lee Judges, and I'm trying to think now, Graham were there on behalf of the Same Old Arsenal, because it was the Same Old Arsenal podcast, and basically they were there to interview and ask questions of Winterburn and Kevin Campbell at the time at Arsenal, North London derby, etc. And the reason I say on behalf of Same Old Arsenal, because it was literally a sponsorship they had at the time with the company that set this up. And they thought, you know what, and Craig obviously couldn't make it because he lives over in Ireland. He couldn't get over at that time, so they went on his behalf. And yeah, as I said, that's the first time me and Claude and these guys have properly socialised away from anything AFTV related. When I say AFTV related, I mean like after the match, they do their interviews and all that. So yeah, we had a couple, obviously went there, I met Winterburn, Kevin Campbell, myself, had a photo with them each, which Lee actually took both of them. But yeah, Lee Judge took both photos. It's a penalty, by the way, to England. It looks like it anyway. There's no VAR in it, so it's probably is a penalty. I'll go back to my point in a sec, my thing in a sec. Yeah. Would that be given the VAR? I mean, he did catch him. Didn't go for the ball, so yeah, you've got to say it is a penalty, actually, yeah. To England, by the way. Harry Kane's going to take it. Of course he is. He's going to lump it. That's all Harry Kane does with his penalties, by the way, if you haven't noticed, coming back to England for a second. Club or country, all he ever does, he doesn't place it. He just fucking loaves it. And Szczesny, former Gooner, in goal for Poland. So it's Tottenham v Arsenal. Well, ex-Arsenal, anyway. That's really interesting. Harry Kane stepping up, whistle's gone, there we go. 1-0 down the middle. 1-0 England. But yeah, back to what I was saying. And yeah, so as the night goes on, we've had a couple of drinks. I bought him and a few the guys a drink, around the drinks. He bought me a drink as well, and etc. etc. And we talked about my podcast because that season was my first season here on YouTube. So that was like March. I was like, I'm trying to think now. About 7-8 months into doing this thing on YouTube. And we talked about the channel back and forth, and he's saying that how well I was doing and all that. And obviously, things did improve, like the lighting at the time. And I agreed, because literally the lighting at the time was piss poor, because the laptop I had at the time didn't pick up any lighting whatsoever, so it was dark. And if it weren't that, if I did find decent lighting, but the camera did want to work and pick up the lighting. The lights then fucking blew, so I'm then having it fucking lamps, this, that, and the other. If you don't believe me, go back and watch the start of this channel. Believe me, I'm just sat in the bucket. I'm basically, as Joel said the other week, a silhouette, and everyone else is talking. You can see everyone else. I'm a silhouette talking, basically, for the first season and a bit on this channel. But and then he's out of nowhere. He just said, "Would you have someone like Kevin Gamble on your channel?" I said, "Well, of course. He's an ex-Arsenal. He is a legend. He's come through the Arsenal academy. He's an Arsenal man. Of course, I would. What Arsenal fan wouldn't want an ex-Arsenal player and a legend, someone that's won league titles, cups, and all that with the club that you support and love on your respective channel?" And he, out of his own heart and kindness, he literally decided to go over and have a chat with Kevin and ask him would he be interested. Explain, like, obviously I'm new on the YouTube thing and all that. And without question, Kevin Campbell said, "Yeah, no problem. Let me know when we'll sort it all out and all this, that, and the other." And then the rest is history. And that, obviously, as you know, Kevin's been on the channel a few times, and that's all down to Claude. In that sense, because he went out of his way to help me, because he was saying as well, things like that you'll get more traction because you're obviously, as I said, an ex-Arsenal player as well. On your channel, you're new because you're new. I was new on the scene as well. This, that, and the other. It's obviously Kevin's come back a few times since that first time he was on the channel and this, that, and the other. So I think I'm doing something right there as well. But yeah, I'm going to change the scoreline as well. I'm chatting away. There we go. You go back for your comments because while I've been nattering on, you've all been giving your thoughts as well. So, Mark, I'll get back to your comment. There we go. We got Jabe as well. How you doing, Jabe? Oh, dear. Hope you're keeping well and safe and not having any issues yourself with any idiots on social media. They don't. Yeah, of course it ain't going to do nothing. And this is obviously you're referring to what I was saying about the social media platforms themselves actually stepping up and sort of fixing this issue. Of course they won't. Thing is that if more people did, ironically, if more people did what Thierry Henry's done as a come off his platform, and basically he's put down the marker of I'm not coming back until things are fixed, are adjusted to target these idiots and police the racial and mental abuse that people face on these platforms from trolls, from keyboard warriors. The door behind a keyboard, they wouldn't have to. Yeah, exactly. Of course not. But it is what it is. But yeah, but what the reason they're tough and hard behind these keyboards, Mark, and don't have, and feel safe and secure is because, as we said, the social media platforms won't react, won't do anything to not bring them. Can you hear? My mic's now playing up, so I need to know if you can hear me still. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. So now you can hear me. I'll continue. Otherwise, I'm projecting myself. Yeah, big up Shane as well. Big up Shane to join us in the comments. Quickly go down to that. Yeah, cool. Yeah, my mic disconnected for some reason. Don't know why. It's all plugged in. But yeah, sorted now. Excuse me. Twitter should make everyone must use provide ID to join them and suspend the Muppets. Yeah, they should, but they won't. For whatever reason, they just won't. That's right, time and because it takes time and money. Irony. Yeah, again, big up Tabe there. Tabe saying Rev, that Master 20 his channel down. Hate that. I don't even focus on people like that channel anyway, because okay, I've just seen John's. Okay, I've just seen the comment then that refers back to. Okay. Oh dear, and people like that don't help things, Jonathan. Trust me, I'm going to put your comment up in a second. Oh dear. Yeah, right. That's agony even more now. I'm not. I literally saying is I'm not subscribed to that person's channel. Never have been, never will be. Because I knew he had a channel before, but he got taken down because he was constantly attacking AFTV, and AFTV being the platform they are, got in contact with the powers that be and said, look, this ain't on. He ain't conforming to the guidelines you set out, YouTube. Sort it out, and he got his channel shut down. He then obviously come back. The only reason I know he came back was because he targeted someone we know in the chat because she was on someone else's channel in the chat, just doing what she would normally do on anyone's channel. And yeah, me and this person. Oh, fuck up. Me and the person in question we know of. We've had our issues and we've had our fallouts, as you guys know. But I won't condone, and obviously I will never condone how he went about things. There's no reason for him to do it, but he's become a hate channel, from what I can make out and from what you're now saying. But people like him don't help it either. And YouTube, if you're listening to this, and probably you are, because you have to monitor everyone's channels and all that at any given time. So make sure everyone's conforming to the guidelines you set out and all that malarkey. Go look up the Arsenal V list, or whatever the channel's now called, this second channel, and shut it down, please. Because he hasn't learnt from his lesson. He's still the spiteful little troll, basically. And he is a troll if you think about it, because he hides behind a knitted mask, literally, with tentacles. Of course, it's off the Arsenal V list. Okay. Anyone that celebrates anyone's death in any way, I have no time for. Literally, Arsenal, big up to Arsenal as well, because they on their social media after, because obviously everyone that knows what happened last summer with the AFTV claw thing in Arsenal, they come out saying he ain't got membership, so we can't suspend him anyway. There's nothing to do about it. They went out their way yesterday and sent again, sent their condolences out to his friends and family on Twitter as well. Not many people like that, but I ignore them idiots. Yeah, smash them likes up, as he said, and not just smash the likes. Do share the content around as well. If you're new to the channel, this too. Oh no, staying hell on Twitch too long, as always. No shock right there. Ryan, I'll be more excited for about the Euros if you. Yeah, I've said that already. I don't expect us to do anything in this upcoming Euros at all. Justice Cameron, because obviously the notes, your comments up. Yeah. No. Yeah. I've never rated Southgate. The guy literally hasn't had a top job. When I say top job, a job in Premier League or even at Championship level, for fuck's sake, since he got sacked at Middlesbrough, and that was 2008. look at the time frame when he came to Arsenal. Not Arsenal, fucking England, sorry. I'll fucking die if he came to Arsenal, fucking hell. Literally. I'd rather bloody watch paint dry and watch a Southgate team. I'm only doing this because it's literally just 8 words. It's controversial with you guys, because especially after everything that's gone on, and yeah. I'm gonna be well saved by Chesney there. Harry Kane was shot on the edge of the box. Yeah, I was gonna say, I've even said after when the whole Allardyce thing came about, when he was never gonna stay on, basically, he was getting sacked, basically. Allardyce. I said at the time, I think Wenger was still in charge, but I said it would make sense not to go for an English. There's no at that time no top English managers out there, in my opinion, that would suffice. In my opinion, just because they're not at that quality level, they haven't done anything to earn that right to be England manager. That used to be the thing. If you're English and you was the England manager, you would have had to have done something, achieved something at club level, or previous club level, or whatever, or something in your career, basically. And now it's just both England and the England full level and under 21 level, just like, there you go, cheap and cheerful. And now that cheap and cheerful mentality from the FA, going for yes men, look where that's got the under 21s today, knocked out of the Euros at the group stage on goal difference after losing the first 2 games, because they went for the cheap and cheerful option of a manager that hadn't managed a decent level since he got sacked at Watford in 2007, 2008. When Watford got relegated back to the Championship, he did a first half of that season and then got sacked because things weren't obviously panning out how they thought it would, and they all thought they were going straight back up, this, that, and the other. So yeah, this game is fucking boring as fuck. Jesus Christ! Is that watching Sunday? It's Sunday game again. All possession in the world. Don't do fuck all with it. But yeah, I was going to say that. So in terms of somebody manager should have come in, even though he was at the club. I think it's at Arsenal. I think they are. When did Southgate actually get? It's saying something I can't remember. It. Well, we're in 2021, and this is Arteta's now. He got hired. So what's that? He got hired. 18 was in Emery. Well, Wenger's still in charge. Wenger's still in charge, but someone of a Wenger or Wenger's ilk would have made sense to go for. That would have got average playing good football and we'll be getting the full potential out of this team completely. The amount of talent that goes to waste with Southgate is going to waste with Southgate, and at under 21 level, already Boothroyd. And yet, if they want to continue down this route of we must have an English manager for both levels. Well, no, that's not the case at all. They're not good enough. If there's no one good enough out there, you don't. That's English and not good enough. There's no good enough English managers out there. Sorry, you don't hire them. You then have to go down the outsiders route, as I don't know. Basically, go down the foreign market. Basically, go and get an Arsene Wenger or someone of that, or again, as I said, someone of that ilk. Because for all the criticism I gave Wenger myself in the end of his time as at club level, he is. He'll never achieve club level wise what he did in his early years at Arsenal and all that, and beyond, obviously previous coming to Arsenal. Just the game's got club level wise, the game's got ahead. I think international football would be ideal for him now because it's not so full on week to week. It's sometimes every few months for a couple of weeks, and he gets to go around the country watching these players play for their clubs. And the thing is, he would, especially the youngsters, he would utilise them and get the best out of them. We've seen that going back to the Highbury days. Because of what he's achieved here in England with Arsenal in the early years. Well, not even the early years, the entire 20-odd years he was at Arsenal, 21 years. You'd get that respect from the players. If you get my drift. I know international level would be different for him, but I think it's more ideal for him at this point of his life. If he was to come back into management, he may now want to sustain doing what he's doing. I think it's FIFA now. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. It's just Southgate doesn't inspire me. He never has done. The guy's dull. His football is dull. He literally, as I said, up to getting the England job, never achieved anything in his managerial career. And to think his only other job as a manager was at Middlesbrough in the mid to late noughties. That lasted, a year and a half, and he was sacked. I think he did 2 seasons at Premier League level. The second season he got relegated. And literally weeks into the third season when he was playing the Championship, he was sacked. He was second, but he was sacked because Newcastle were above him by a point. That was the reason why he was sacked. The thing is, he's never been hired up till this thing, given the under 21 role for literally a few weeks until he got, and obviously he had to take over because of what Sam Allardyce did. So he had to take over at the senior level. At the time, I was interim. He hadn't had a job in nearly a decade. Come on. Yeah, he's England manager. And then his replacement at 21 level was no better. But as I said, cheap and cheerful, you get what you get. You go for that cheap and cheerful option, you get what you deserve, basically. I'm surprised Eddie Booth has not been sacked, by the way, considering we're out of the tournament and all that. But I think whatever's been said to Curtis Jones is actually going to touch on this, actually, because for anyone that hasn't seen it or did watch it, the England under-21 game earlier, we lost. We won the game, but we got knocked out in goal difference by Croatia, the team we beat, because they scored a goal right near the end. Score is 1-0 England, Harry Kane penalty. Take this down. One sec. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it is 1-0 England. Harry Kane from the penalty spot. Stoney got a penalty, went down. Looking at his name over there was one angle there. The defender didn't even try to get the ball. It was basically Szczęsny versus Kane, basically, and Kane just pelted it down the middle, like I said he would. But apart from that, it's literally been typical England performance. Have the ball and do fuck all with it. This is why I don't enjoy watching England games anymore. I haven't done for years. Wait a second. You're asking what's happened. Basically, the full-time whistle went. The Croatia management stuff, like coaching staff and players all came, like subs, all came flying onto the pitch to celebrate. And I think the guy that scored the goal, I think it was him, or it was a substitute. It was a young, obviously mouthy little fucker. Came running up it. She's looking towards the England players, giving it the big eye. Yeah, Curtis Jones is, at the time, initially come over calmly, said, like, calm, like, yeah, well done, but calm down. No need for it. Da, 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 da. And then this kid then come back and he's then gone at him. He said something. We don't know what at the moment until Curtis Jones and the powers that be tell us. But he said something in retaliation to what Curtis Jones said in terms of, which Curtis, I said, congrats, but calm down. There's no need. He walked away then, Curtis. And then, but as I said, the player then retaliated and went, but I don't know obviously don't know what he said, but he said something. And Curtis went, whatever he said, he went, and others did join in. And there's a couple of others that were like in and around that actually went to get this Polish player at the huddle and give him Godardian, basically. That was the intention anyway. So he said something, and Curtis Jones, as you said, got red carded for it. He got a second yellow, i.e. a red, after the whistle had gone. Yet the person that provoked it and started it got fuck all. And yet people want to say UEFA for doing their bit as well and kick out that racism. Fuck are they? I'm telling you, I may be wrong, John. I may be wrong. But for Curtis Jones to react the way he did, if you go on YouTube now on Sky Sports, as Sky Sports Football's YouTube channel, they've put the highlights up already. They might include it at the end. So fast forward to the end when the whistle goes. If they show it, let me know, and you'll see what I mean. Like, it was all calm. Like, the players came on. Also, he was fine with that in the sense of, like yeah, calm down, but well done and all that. He goes off. Something is said. Something is obviously clearly, because we would have known what it's about. Clearly, something has been said in the direction of Curtis Jones himself personally. The guy says something about him personally, and Curtis has snapped. Read into that what you will, but yeah, if you go over now, if I actually got my phone, one sec, I'll have a look for you, see if it's on there. I'm just saying this. Let's have a look. Whilst we're looking through that, Southgate is poor. We had such a control. This is another thing about the World Cup. I touched on this. I don't know if you watched the watchalong I did on Sunday, on the replay line. I did touch on that back then on Sunday night. Looking back over Southgate's time, because that game was like fucking annoying and dull. I spent most of the first time I've touched on it, and half time where I was like, it's nearly half time by the way here. I say now, yeah, basically everyone gives Southgate this massive praise and he's the fucking best thing since sliced bread in terms of English managers. We look at it and break it down. You sit back and look at the World Cup. Our group was piss easy. Apart from Belgium, our two other opponents we should be fucking battering anyway, no matter who we put out. Let's be honest, the way we did. Oh. And then, obviously, play Belgium in the third game. But it's before that game kicks off, we all know, from our side, from Belgium's side, we all know the route, what routes what, basically going to the next round and the quarterfinals and the semi-final and the final, and what would be more ideal for both teams. If you look back at that game as well, both teams were playing No, both teams didn't really want to win that game. But Belgium did. They scored a goal, but they didn't really go for us. As we find out in the third and fourth place playoff game, that's when they go for us, because it's nothing to lose. Then it's like win-wins for them. It's like winner takes all situation. It's like there's no aftermath. It's like this is like the game, bang, done and dusty sort of thing. But then we get through. It's half time, by the way, which was just gone. 1-0 England. Harry Kane from the penalty spot. But next round, the first knockout round, we got Colombia. And the whole build-up is England red hot favourites. Colombia aren't the same team as they were 4 years ago. James Rodriguez isn't the same. He's out then. Turns out he's out. I think he was out injured for that game. And yeah, basically from that, and especially that was confirmed. Like, oh, it's guaranteed. We're going to get through this. No problem. We go 1-0 up. For whatever reason, he makes tactical changes that fucking benefit the opponent, let the opponent back into the game. And as we saw right at the, I think it was right near the end, the last 10 or so minutes, Mina, who now plays at Everton, by the way, scores the equaliser. And we struggled. Extra time, we fucking did it. How we got through extra time without conceding, I don't know, because Colombia came for us and they were, if you're looking at it, they should have won that game. But we go penalties, get a bit of luck. Henderson misses, but we get a bit of luck anyway. We get through that. Then we have Sweden. Sweden, quarterfinal, not really a problem, really. We did the business, we turned up, went 2-0 up and got out of there. Semi-final, Croatia. And also going back to Sweden briefly, Sweden at the time was a very young team, that up and coming in the sense of no expectations there, so they're building. This is their platform tournament for them. Quarterfinal for them was a bonus. All due respect for them. They even said it themselves. But yeah, go to semi-finals, got Croatia. Again, they're an Asian squad. Again, Asian player, even though they've got lots of they had lots of Modric and Mandzukic and this, that, and the other. It was an Asian squad. They weren't expected to go. We were again given the tag of favourites because of the players we had at our disposal and this, that, and the other. Go 1-0 up, Trippier free kick. You think, well, hey, maybe, just maybe, we start believing. Well, maybe if we get through the semi-final, we get to the final, we could actually. I would start believing. I said it myself at the time. I would believe that we could do it, even though no matter who we got in the final, I believe it's a one-off game, final, But nope, because again, like he did in the Colombia game, he made tactical changes that allowed the opponent back in the game. We were 1-0 up, by the way. We were dominating Croatia, and suddenly he made. I don't know why he did it, and then instead of then realising he fucked up and going back to what it was and what the tactic that was benefiting us in the first place, but changing things back, he just sat in it for the rest of the match. And then we lose. And then obviously Belgium have beat us in the third and fourth. So really, and I've said this, how many times I've said this as well, even since then, whenever Southgate comes up against, his teams come up against a decent opposition or a superior opposition, England suffer because we don't win. We don't even get a draw for that. Unless these teams, I think we've beaten Croatia once since that World Cup, and that was against their B team for the Nations League, and that was their B team basically. Literally, that was their B team. And the same with Belgium. We've beaten Belgium once since that World Cup. We played them a few times. We beat them once. Again, it was a B team. We won 1-0, but everyone, even in that, it's a friendly. It was a meaningless game, basically. And everyone got literally often one, like, oh, man, having a massive, over him. Like, oh, he's untalented, maybe he's the right man for the job, and this, that, and the other. And then the next international, oh, no, it was a qualifier, I think it was, for that nation. Was it Nations? Oh. No, was it Nations League? I think it must be the Nations League qualifying thing. it was a Nations League. This one just gone. So since we'd obviously played Holland as well, we'll get back to that in a minute. So the next international break we had from that, we played Belgium again. And this time, Martinez went full strength back at their place. He went full strength and we got back 3-0. What does that tell you? And then going back to the first ever Nations League semi-final finals, who did we play? Holland, who were at the time getting back to what they were and whatever knows of them. And yeah, here we are. We lose to them, and then we lost the playoff as well. I think we lost the playoff as well. And everyone's like, oh, he's only the Nations League, but fucking Portugal won it. The team in Portugal itself struggled to qualify for the last Euros. Just got out of their group because of the new format they put in place for that tournament. The third place team, the best couple, 2 or 3 third place teams got through to the next round. This and then they just got through 1-0 all the way to the final, basically. And then got to the final and somehow, by some miracle, won that. But since then, they've used that as the platform, and they've actually not sort of just laying back in their laurels and going, okay, cool. They've gone up to the next level. They are now a competitive national team again. We have the quality, we don't have the manager to win something, to get us to that level, to get us competing at that international level. We've got the quality though, in player-wise, personnel. Yeah, I was going to look quickly for you. Sky Sports. So the highlights are on there, so see it's not the bloody hell, I'm not fucking watching shitty 20 minutes adverts, for fuck's sake, fucking hell. A few seconds I don't mind, but fucking hell, I'll take the piss. Right, let's fast forward to the end. Does it show? Nope, they're not showing it on here. But if you can, I don't know where you can find it, but basically it'll be all over the press, basically. Any sort of media outlet, you'll see like pictures and images of it all going around. See if I can find it. It might be on Twitter. There might be clips of it on Twitter as well. I don't know if they've said it. I don't know if there's anything been said about it. One second, just go and mention. We'll have a look. Anyways, go back into the chat. You've all been chatting away while I've been not even ranting, but there's nattering away to myself on set. Because John put something in the. Yeah, literally, John 1-0 half time for penalty. Bloody it. That's what I'm saying. This is. If it wasn't 1-0, we hadn't had a penalty. This would be a literal carbon copy of Sunday's game. In the sense of England had all the ball, attacked with it a bit, but actually done nothing with it. This is a Southgate thing, and no one's clocking on to that. I'm a point on Friday. I'm bloody excited. Oh, that's cool. I think as of Monday here in the UK, people could start visiting another house, people in another household, but no more than 6 people though at a time. People are not doing that, obviously. I mean, I don't know if you've seen them. The last couple of days has obviously been nice weather over here, so everyone's just gone, fuck it, let's go to the park in their masses, doing everything they did back in the summer, in that sense. And look how that turned out. Especially last week when Boyce and these cronies came out and said, last Wednesday or Thursday, came out and said, even though we're having this vaccine, everyone's getting these vaccines and all that, he and the government are expecting a 3rd wave. And I wonder why. When they're not policing either. This is the annoying thing. We're seeing all these images or people out in their numbers in the parks, this, that, and the other, and fucking trashing the place, and this, that, and the other. But what's actually being done to counteract that and stop that? Nothing, because even police have come out and saying, well, we have no idea what the laws are now, because 1 minute it's this, and then the next second it's that. Because he's trying to appease everyone. He's trying to make everyone happy. And hence why we'll get voted. I will not be surprised between now and, I'm trying to be reasonable. Between now and mid-August, I'll be surprised if the third wave doesn't hit between now and then. At the latest, mid-August, it will hit. Because everyone, and again, the media here as well, the media outlets here, and the certain TV programs, morning shows and all that, they're not helping things either, because they're putting it out there that, well, we've had this people are having this vaccine now, even the ones that they had one vaccine, not they had both. Yet they're fine now because they've had the vaccine. The vaccine, it doesn't completely make you immune to the fucking virus. Because the virus mutates, so that at the same time as that's mutating, the vaccine has to be adapted and changed, and this, that, and the other. So we're going to have at least another 2 years of this, until this 2-3 years. I say 2 years out of push, to be honest, where we are going to have to go back every 6 or so months to have a vaccine, an updated vaccine, to keep on top of the mutated virus. And only then will we get. But at the same time, not only that, people have got to take responsibility. But in doing that, and the ones that not take responsibility, there's got to be laws in place, crystal clear laws in place, where if they break these rules are crystal clear rules, and they're broken, there's a consequence to it. Not just a little fine. Spend a month behind bars. Get your fine and spend a few months behind bars then. Because even before this, John, because obviously you're living out in Gibraltar at the moment, the last couple of weeks, we've had peaceful protests in London. Obviously, me doing that means they haven't been peaceful. It's all kicked off. Every single one of them, there's been kicking. They've turned into violence, and the police have had to then go into fucking hardcore mode and arrest certain people, as many people as they could. The irony, especially the most recent peaceful protest, was people protesting about lockdown and basically don't agree. They think this is all a scam and this, that, and the other. Okay, cool, yeah, fantastic. But I guarantee you, these same people are the ones that are. Some of these people are actually, as I'm saying this, are also going to the fucking respective jab areas where you get your jabs, like your vaccine and all that, vaccine centres and whatever, and getting their vaccine. Fucking idiots. But that's not going to help. This is what I'm saying. These things don't help things. And you've got people either in the government, in the party side, like in that party, going, well, we have to allow them peaceful. It's a peaceful protest. It's a protest. We've got to allow our people to have protests. Are you fucking? And whilst in all lockdown, by the way, even as a lockdown, we've got allowed to have it. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And you wonder why you're expecting a third fucking wave, which will result in another fucking lockdown for 3 to 4 months. Yay! Well, Scotland are winning against Faroe Islands 1-0. Northern Ireland 0-0 against Bulgaria. San Marino's 0-0 against Albania. Hungary are winning 1-0 against Andorra. Spain are winning 2-0. Way they're winning. Italy's 0-0 against Lithuania though. France 0-0 against Bosnia. Austria 0-0 against Denmark. And Germany are losing to North Macedonia. Fucking hell. Big up Gary in the chat as well. Just seeing your comment now. Big up yourself. Oh dear. Oh bloody hell. John's even joined us. Big up John 1886 as well. Right, got that. Oh dear. Anyway, yeah, share, like. Big up Mark. Yeah, Colombia played us off the park. Of course it did. As soon as he changed, as I'm saying, as soon as he changed it tactically, and it benefited the opponent. He didn't even have to change. The ironic thing is, he didn't have to change anything tactically because until he did that, like the Croatia game, further on down the line, everything was working in our favour. We were dominating. We were absolutely on top of them, and then suddenly he changed it, slight change, and then boom. And he just great. But again, he didn't do like the semi-final. He didn't. He just sat on the base and allowed fucking Colombia to embarrass us, basically. Didn't even have the best player on the fucking pitch. Sterling for me was awful in that World Cup. Yeah, he was. The thing is, this is the thing. Most of that squad as well. It wasn't just him that's awful. There's quite a few players that are awful, but because of the side of the draw we got and all that, and the sort of quality they sort of was up against, with all due respect, even though we did struggle, it's because of them players that was having bad tournaments like Sterling that we struggled as well. Because it's just, I don't know, they weren't getting used to their full. They're not getting used to their full potential even now. So there's that as well. We get played bar Kane and the goal, literally bar the goalkeeper and Kane. Every other player in that lineup gets played out of position. Oh dear. Go on, Macedonia. If I can imagine that Germany actually lose to Macedonia. Jesus. That would be something. That would actually break the fucking internet, that would. Especially when the current manager is outgoing after this tournament, upcoming tournament is out. He's like, I'm a German manager, get me out of here. Oh dear, but yeah. Oh, there's a comment from one in the chat. No, nothing's been said about how Claude's passed. We just know it. Obviously, it happened. We probably won't get. We probably won't get them details for a while. Oh, here we go. I'll send an email. Oh, God. Oh, okay, I'll watch that in a bit. Yeah, it's just something related to this. Yeah, so obviously second hour's underway. 46:15 on my TV. I'm watching it live, so there's no lag or anything. I'm not behind anyone. I'm actually in sync with everyone, just watching it on TV. Yay. Until Sunday. Not Sunday, Saturday evening. That's going to be interesting. Oh. Also, John, if you're still there, by the way, how are you feeling for Saturday? Of how your team's been recently, form-wise? But the thing is, as I'm saying, there probably will be a third lockdown, and the reason behind it because the government are not putting out crystal clear laws in place for the police to actually police. Because police are even coming out today and saying we're getting told one thing 1 second and another thing another second. We don't know what's going on. All these rules that we are currently giving at this moment in time are all contradictory of each other. There's loopholes. So hence why we're seeing footage around the country of mass gatherings on the beaches, at parks. And they're not even, it's literally everyone on top of each other basically, and then trashing the place as well, wherever they may be. I mean, this lockdown hasn't felt like lockdown in one sense because we're not the first lockdown. It was, especially where I am, you could tell obviously everyone was doing their bit, as in we was all staying in, apart from going out as and when necessary. when needed to, for like shopping and like food shopping basically, like for the milk. Since then, since we come out of that lockdown, and then we've had the tier system bollocks. That never, no matter what level we were in, it didn't feel like anything had changed. And then it went into a little mini lockdown thing. Circuit breaker felt the same as normal everyday life. Then the Christmas thing and all that crap again, normal everyday thing. Nothing real. There was no difference between days we weren't meant to go out and travel, this, that, and the other, and the actual day, the Christmas day itself, is just felt the same. And then obviously New Year hit 4 days into New Year, we got put into lockdown. The English lockdown, or English lockdown, whatever they call it, national lockdown. Again, these last 4 months, I say nearly. It'll be 4 months this week coming. Like next week will be 4 months. It hit the 4-month mark on Monday, I think. I don't know. But it hasn't felt like the lockdown. It's like all the previous, as in the tiered lockdown bollocks, the circuit breaker lockdown, the Christmas period thing. It all, and even now to this point, it's all felt the same. It hasn't felt like a lockdown at all. Everyone's going about their day-to-day business and doing whatever they want. But it is around here anyway. Well, and the thing is, the reason people are sort of not doing that as well, and not doing what they're doing in the first lockdown in that sense, and you can feel that difference and see that difference, is because when you're seeing celebrities like Rita Ora, news reporters, and people in the power of the government as well, like Dominic Cummings, doing what they did and getting away with it effectively, there's no consequence to them. But if an average Joe does it, if I'd gone out and done what they'd done, one of the things that they'd done, I'll be the one that gets held as a. I get held accountable for my actions, but also I'll be made an example out of. But if you are this father to the Prime Minister, you get away with anything you want. You don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to do anything. You can go to your fucking holiday homes in France and Greece or whatever. Dominic Cummings can literally think his wife's got fucking COVID. Instead of then going, okay, you can stay in one room, I'm going to, because obviously where they live, this and the other. Me and our son are going to obviously stay away from you for the next 10 to 14 days, or whatever. And when I mean, I'll get you a test, this and all that. Oh no, I'm going to run home, make sure the national TV picks it up, see me running off down the street. Get you the kids' bags packed. Get you in a bloody tinned car, metal container, and then drive you 2.5, 3 hours up the country to Durham. And then we'll go to the family cottage with my mum, my dad, brother and sisters, have a nice little family gathering. But we're thinking, so we'll tell the public where it was all social distance. We didn't actually mix each other. It was the way it's set up. There's acres of land, so it was all separate. But it wasn't. We'll make it up though. Then the day we go back, I'm going to make the day we go back. My eyes are itchy. They're really, really itchy. I don't know why. Maybe it's hay fever. I don't know. But you know what? Wife, darling, can you get our child in the car and you join me? And we're going to drive up an hour up the road to a tourist spot. And look it up and since. Boris Johnson said all that was okay. The police were initially investigating it and were about to fucking haul him in for breaking the law. And then Boris got involved and blocked that. And then Rita Ora, even since obviously coming out of the first lockdown, when there was restrictions in place and we're getting these tiered systems or the circuit breaker, I think it was the circuit breaker as well. when London was put into Tier 3. Because since she lives in London, she gone out of her way either way, because she paid for a oh fucking hell, what's going on? Fucking what the hell was that? Pope and fucking what? Maguire? No, Jones. Stones. Sorry. Stones and Pope need to fucking communicate. Fucking idiot. But because he previously paid for a restaurant to hire out the restaurant basically for a birthday, but obviously then the system, all that the lockdown was put in place, and it fell on that time. Well, I can't cancel, even though I got all this multi-million pounds. I can't cancel on it. So come on, guys, let's go. Let's get pissed in the restaurant, and we'll go there at 9 o'clock in the evening, 8, 9 o'clock. We won't come out to the early hours in the morning and hope the paparazzi ain't seeing us. Then when she gets caught out, of course, she makes the gesture of, oh, my mum works in the NHS. I know. You know how it is on the NHS line for the people that putting their lives on the line. Your own mother putting her life on the line. Why the fuck are you doing what you've done? But because you made a gesture, you offered to pay the whatever fine it was, £2,000 or £10,000 fine, whatever it was. The government went, oh, you've offered, so you don't know, but you don't have to, though. Don't worry. But this is another thing why the public are like, what the fuck? That wouldn't be given to us. That benefit of the doubt wouldn't be given to us. It's ridiculous. And that's why people have had enough. They're not doing it. They're literally not. The last 4 months haven't been any different to any other fucking time of the year, bar literally that first lockdown we had last year. Hasn't been different at all. Yeah, it is what it is. If we shut down the entire country, down, no one in and no one out, we would have this under. Yeah, we would have done. But again, making the rules up as it goes along. Oh, 1 minute not allowed in. There's no travelling whatsoever. This is during the first lockdown. No travelling whatsoever. No. Then people in his own party start kicking off because they all they think about is money. Because that's the party. That is what the Tories are. First and foremost, no matter what, that is it. That is their ethos, money. How can it benefit me as the person? As a Tory, how can it benefit me? And at this moment in time, it's not that it's benefiting because I'm not getting no money from my best friends and this, that, and the other. So then he changes that. He goes, well, actually, we're going to do it in the sense of if it gets out of control in one country, you can't go there and they can't come in. Things like no. This is why is no one taking notice of how Australia and New Zealand and all that side of things, how they've handled it. They ruled with an iron fist. The Prime Ministers, respectively, both countries, ruled with an iron fist. One case, boom, whole lockdown, until it's under control. Case doesn't get under control, until it's 100%, no cases, and then we reopen things again. Look how they're doing now. I think Australia had to go back into another one, but it weren't for long. It was and again, it was like, oh, we would go 1-1. Yep, 1-1. The fuck was that? Seriously. Jonathan Stones has been praised to high hell this season. And yeah, that's just happened. Seriously. Pope and Stones have been, for the last 5 minutes, what is Stones doing? Just get rid of the ball, man. Oh dear, yeah, Kane don't get started on Kay Burley either. Fucking hell, absolute hypocrite. For what she did, similar to what she did was similar to what Rita did. So it's a complete hypocrite because she was also calling out Rita for weeks on end up to that point. And Bev Rigby as well, because Beth Rigby went to that Kate Burley's birthday celebration thing. They're all hypocrites. But yeah. Australia, as I say, Australia and New Zealand have got this, from day one, had this zero tolerance thing. All of an iron fist. One case, we're going to complete lockdown until it is safe to come out for the entire country, for everyone. But no. Can't do it in England. We're English. We do it. We are better. We are better than anyone in the world. Remember that world-beating fucking test and trace bollocks? World-beating, yeah. That's why we never actually got on top of things, and the fucking app was shit. I never done how to do the app myself, but I know people that did, and it was absolutely a fucking disaster. But it's well-beaten though. If it was well-beaten, we'll be on the same page as New Zealand and Australia. Yeah. Stones gets an assist for all the wrong reasons. And I've got to change the fucking score on again. We're drawing against Poland. In fact, this is Poland without Lewandowski, their best player, by the way. This is Poland as well. Up till they haven't laid a glove on us until the last 5 minutes. They've started when Stones and Pope have started fucking going into their own little brain fart moments. I'm assuming Jonathan's disappeared because I asked him that question and I haven't heard about Liverpool this weekend playing Arsenal and I haven't heard back. We probably got bored of me talking about fucking politics, to be honest. Don't blame him. Emily, big up Emily, who's still in Ireland, by the way. How is everything over where you are, by the way? Like, as in, because obviously Ireland, Wales, Scotland are all doing their different sort of lockdown, in and out sort of thing, like how they're coming out of it and all that. So how's it going over there? Oh dear. Free kick England, can't do fuck all with it. But yeah, best lessons to be learned was from Taiwan, them as well. But it's that side of the world. That's my point. My point is, it's that side of the world of them countries on that side of the world have got it right. Some quicker than others, obviously, as you say. But we're just going fucking round and round in circles because we've got a fucking buffoon running the country who doesn't know his arse from fucking first base, and it pisses me off because I'm actually getting sick of going in, out, circuit all about. And as soon as there's a bit of a loosening, the whole of England just goes, "We're going to beach and parks, yeah." We can only meet in groups of maximum of a group of 6. No, we can't do that. Wait, but because all the loopholes, we get away with it. Yeah. Oh God help you then. Well, Sterling fucked up again. Well done, Chesney, for his goalkeeping. I actually can't believe him saying that, considering that he's Tom at Arsenal. Maybe he is actually learning something in fucking Italy. But he wasn't learning here at Arsenal. Okay, saying that, he didn't mean to be starred, so technically he bent his legs in, so he weren't going to take out the player. So, whereas at Arsenal, years ago doing that, he was all fucking studs in, took the fucking player out. So, I swear to God. Anyway, let's go back into that one. I'll take this free kick. Who has to see? Everybody looks. But what my point is, literally, He was on his way out at City. There was no way on God's green earth he was coming back. Basically, Pep was trying to get rid of him. Basically, from what we were getting told. Hence why Nathan Ake came. Nathan Ake must be pissed. By the way, comes in from massive fee, thinks he's going to get first team football at City, and then fucking Jonathan Stone suddenly gets his head out of his ass and becomes the first choice regular for Pep out of nowhere. What the fuck was that? Oh my god. It's got to be a free kick. Or not. Nope. Oh dear. Yeah, welcome to my world. Welcome to our world. And the thing is, I don't know, I think it does look like you just joined us, Emily, but I was just saying before, about 10, 15 minutes ago, I will not be surprised, because with what Boris, if you can hear the planes, just my windows open and in and out and all that crap. But I was, fucking poor people. With Boris and his conies coming out saying on Wednesday or Thursday, whenever it was last week, saying in their COVID briefing bollocks that he fully expects another wave of COVID to hit the country again. And then we're seeing what we're seeing in the images. People going to the beaches, in the coast or whatever, or to the local parks and mass gatherings, not just a few groups here and there. It's like everyone in the area is just gathered in one place, basically. I will not be surprised if we are get another hit between now and did I say mid-August, didn't I? Yeah, mid-August at the latest. And then the thing is, mid-August is when the new season starts for the Premier League, because we've got the dates this week as well for the next season and all that. And it's the second week of August, second full week anyway of August, the new season starts. I'm saying at least by then, at the latest, that's when the next lockdown will come. I won't be surprised. Because we've got an idiot doesn't know how to run a country, the party doesn't know how to run the country, and put crystal clear laws in place that are things like we're seeing, the people going on about the parks and the fucking beaches and whatever, mass gatherings basically, and people being held responsible basically, and being arrested or fined or whatever. Then this won't be happening. But also another, as guy said in the chat, also another thing that would help: no one in, no one out of the country whatsoever. In the entire world, you can't go anywhere in the world. No one can come into the country either. None of that. But no, got to look after number one or best buds at HQ and all that. At certain companies, this, that, and the other. Certain flight companies and da. Got to keep Richard Branson happy as well. What we're in, so this is obviously 2021 when 4th or 5th of January we got put into this lockdown. Expected to be fully out of it by the 21st of June. But the day before we played Czech Republic in the Euros. Basically, that's what everyone's fucking targeted, basically. What the fuck, Kane? You idiot. If anyone's not watching, literally Kane goes after the ball. Got balls being. Let's have a look. And he goes, yeah. Just he goes to get rid of it, and basically, as he's getting rid of it, Kane goes flying in, studs up, going across the ground, basically, but studs up. So if he made contact with Sergio's leg, there's always a third wave of respect. Another lockdown. I was about to say, literally, I think the lockdown will come earlier, personally. I think that'll be I think October. I think if the third wave hits during the heat like summer for us, so just as we're fully coming out of this fucking bollocks, this bollocks of this current lockdown, we won't literally just about to come fully out of it, and then that'll when it happen. So around June, I say around early to mid June is when you'll start getting numbers start going up and up, like we did for this in the build up for the second wave. Powers that be, the government won't do fuck all. They'll sit in their fucking hands yet again, like they did last year when it started going up in the summer, like late summer when they like from fucking was it September onwards when the numbers started creeping up, instead of fucking acting like as I said, New Zealand and Australia did. We get what we get, what we've been fucking used to basically in this fucking country, and then so that'll probably happen. And as I said, I think the lockdown will come at least a month earlier than what you said. So I'll say September, and that'll roll September, October, November, and then yet again, like he did last year. We want a COVID-free Christmas. We'll guarantee we'll be out of lockdown by Christmas and all that fucking bollocks. And then it'll backfire because it's Boris, for fuck's sake. Everything backfires. Everything he touches fucking backfires in terms of this fucking pandemic. And in the midst of, and literally at the last minute, oh God, we promised you a COVID-free Christmas like we did last time, but what best we can give you is one day. That'll be Christmas Day, but you can't stay over. You've got to go there. You've got to get home by a certain time, and then we'll be entering the new year still in the lockdown. 2022, we're still literally in that lockdown still, because who runs this fucking country? Oh dear, give me strength. It's saying something. We're 70 minutes into this England game, by the way. England be playing 1-1. It's saying something, and most of this stream, anyone who watches this back, watching this on replay now, gets to this point and talk about it now. I'm going to be like, I thought this was England Watchalong. The game has been that bad. We've covered Southgate and how poor he is as a manager. Obviously, my thoughts on social media and the Claude situation as well. And now politics, basically, to the point. Jonathan Evernight, basically, disappeared off the face of the earth. Well, fuck this, I'm out. I don't like politics. Oh, dear. I'm just basing off my thing is basing it off last year. When the numbers started not long after we got at the first lockdown, the numbers started around, I think it was mid to late August, early September, when the numbers started creeping up again. Like the R number went above the number went above the R, or whatever we're going to fucking call it. Went above what it's meant to. Basically, if it had gone over that, it should have gone back into lockdowns right away. Like he did say we were going to do that. If it happened, then we will research things. We'll go back into. Never did that. He just sat in his hands, sat in his arse for 3 to 4 months until Christmas, and went, we fucked up the last month and a half trying to solve it. So you know what, guys, I'll give you one day at Christmas Day, get back home, and then literally kids have been back at school for a day, and on that day, whilst they're literally on their way home from school, actually, guys, we're going to close the schools, but not only that, everyone has to stay at home and back into another lockdown. Fucking-tastic. And then here we are, nearly in April. It's literally going to be 4 months and a week of this lockdown, basically. But yeah, Could be worse. It could be me, in the sense of, much to all this, I've had to then deal with last Friday, if anyone doesn't know, I've had my wisdom tooth taken out the back here. So now, can't chew. I'm literally, but if I don't eat as in anything solid, I'm fine. I've got no pain whatsoever. There was a little niggle, obviously, within a second at the time, obviously, as you expect. The tooth has been fucking ripped up from its fucking thing with the root, and the root was all, especially the root fucking curved weight it had, and causing a fucking issue in the first place. But no stitches, by the way. So it's an open wound, it's a heal, and because it's an open wound, taking longer to heal, close up. Yeah, can't chew anything. Even the thinnest wafer thin ham, literally a sliver of it, my mouth goes into my entire mouth, complete chaos. So I'm literally living off porridge in the mornings and soups at night. Yay! At least the weight will come off though. That's the one positive I take from it. Obviously, yeah. Well, into the wall, of course it was. Modern Foden. And came down and over it and didn't fucking do anything, but okay. Bring back Eat Out to help out. I must put on a stone after that. Actually, you know what? You said that, Cheddars. You know what's happening? They're going to actually do that. I guarantee, or something of a different wording, but the same scheme, slightly different wording. Guarantee it. I don't decide around where I am, but it's just I had to pay. Normally, before this COVID situation happened, because of my epilepsy and other health issues I have, I wouldn't have to pay for any medication. Well, obviously, I'm medically exempt from because my medication I have, I'm medically exempt. So they make me exempt for paying for. I'm on basically normally on the NHS list. But since this has happened, going back to the first lockdown, all dentists in and around my area, I don't know if it's affecting the whole country, probably is. But no one's now, anyone on the NHS list that it's normally on there, they can't be seen as they're not seen yet as an NHS patient now. We have to pay. So it's cost me an arm and an leg over 2 visits, because the first visit was the first trip to the dentist a week beforehand was to see what the problem was, because I didn't know where the pain was in it. So to see what the problem was, and we found out the wisdom tooth. That cost me £85 just to find out it was a fucking wisdom tooth. £85 because of this. Because again, they won't see anyone on the NHS list. You have to pay at the moment until this is all back to normal. So I'm hoping I don't need to go back to the dentist for a very long time. Guess how much this fucking wisdom tooth cost me to have out up last Friday with no stitches, so it's taken longer to heal. So and then I'll tell you in a minute. Imagine what it would have been with stitches, so because it would have healed quicker. Have a guess, and have a few guesses, and I'll tell you how much exactly it was. See how close you guys get. But yeah, so now I can't chip. I'm literally living off porridge and fucking. But as I said, the positive of it is weight will come off. Weight will come down quite a bit between now and when I'm able to actually fucking eat properly again. I fucking hate soup and porridge at this rate. Because fucking won't mind. I normally have porridge anyway because of this time of year and all that. And then when it comes to the actual, the decent weather and the summer and all that, you got Weetabix things like Weetabix as well, or shredded wheat and all that. I can't even fucking have that, for fuck's sake. Well, Weetabix I can, but shredded wheat I can't, because it'll get fucking, But Weetabix literally just fucking put and I'd have to wait till it's got a complete mosh and just put it in my mouth and swallow. So if I chew, even this is with bad food in my mouth. This is the thing as well that does my head in. If I don't have food in my mouth and I'm just like pretending to chew, nothing. As soon as it's food and I've actually physically got to chew on it, game over for me. I'm fucking running up the stairs, brushing my teeth again, the 100th time in that day, mouthwash and everything to get rid of the pain, to get that pain to go fuck off. For the stuff they put in it, to the fluoride and all that, to numb the pain. Then I'm taking fucking more ibuprofen to make it even kick even quicker. Obviously, when I say 100 times, I was obviously over-exaggerating. It's only happened to once, and that was literally, I was like, fuck off, up the stairs, mouthwash, water, cool, now tablet, cool. Within half an hour, the pain's got the had fucked off. But now my mouth's now adjusting as well. With that now being taken out, the mouth is now adjusting to it not being there. Every now and then when I talk, the fucking teeth are catching the fucking cheek. So today that bit. Yeah, it's going to the chat. Right. It wasn't the worst thing in the world in the sense of what it could have been. Well, could it be worse? It could have been a fucking one of the teeth up the front back and caused the problem. Jesus Christ, that would have been interesting, especially with social media and all that. Well, hey, gummy bear. Mine was a few years ago, but the pain was unbearable. This is the thing, because of the dentist is around the corner from me, literally like 5-10 minute walk away. But again, because of that doing it, NHS have had to pay for it. It's aggravating how much I've had to pay. Emily's close, by the way, in the chat. Very close. I'm not going to say which way. You can guess. You can have another guess, but you're close. About 500, John says. I paid nearly 400 for 15 years. Jesus Christ. I think that gives it away that mine's a bit less than that. Between us at the time, before you go to prices that I was expecting. Mark saying I'm at 350, 400 for a crown. I had to go private because my dentist was suspended because it. Oh, bloody hell. It's every excuse, isn't it? It's ridiculous. Well, because the NHS, well, in your case, because your normal dentist who works with the NHS patients has been suspended because of this, we ain't going to get a temp in to cover him. Oh, no. You can go to the other guy, but he won't do it for free. You've got to pay. Off. Be honest, I would have, if it wasn't an urgent thing and the teeth didn't have to come out, I would have fucking been in bed to fucking pain. Until it sucked it up for as long as possible. Because to be honest, like 2 days, because I was in pain for a while, it was like, well, obviously, hence why I had to go and find out what the problem was. But 2 days before having it out, pain gone. But I couldn't risk fucking holding up. I wasn't going to risk holding up and even longer and going, well, by the way, I held off and it's got worse. And it causes more problems going across this way. Especially when she does eventually get it out of the fucking gums. The cause of the problem was the root. The root decided to fucking split cleanly and bend both ways, and obviously with one end going against the other root as well was having its fight with the other root next to it, and then in turn forcing the tooth to have a fight with the fucking tooth and Dutch lost that. So I was like, well, I had to have it out, because otherwise that would have had to come out, and then the one next to it would have had to come out here as well alongside. And that would have cost even fucking more. That would have cost me a lot more because it's like per tooth. Bollocks. 215. Nope, it was £185 for actually having it out. And then £185 for having it out last Friday, plus £85 for just going for a checkup, because again, they won't see you as an NHS patient at the moment. Don't see what the fucking difference is, for fuck's sake. Literally, what is the difference? Yes, we're in a pandemic, so what's the difference between... It doesn't mean you can't see patients on the NHS list. Oh, but because the people with money will quite happy pay to see you, of course. So dentists, especially I don't know if it's up and down the country in the United Kingdom or it's the same, but it is. They've taken the piss in this time when people that would be normally on the NHS list like myself. There's people out there that have lost their for fuck's sake, have lost their jobs and been made redundant in these last 12 months. There's more to come, and they can't afford to go to the dentist, especially them sort of prices. But they don't care because they want. There's a take at this basically. In my opinion, anyway. People might disagree. That's okay if you do. If you do disagree with my thoughts on that, that's cool. Not going to sleep over it. Have a shot. Oh, yes! Come on! Slaphead scored. Got lucky, but he scored. Come on. Thank fuck for that. The fridge scored. Yeah, exactly. Oh, dear. I think I've got the button score. Oh, okay. Score disappeared. Here we go. And boom. 2-1 England. Way, Slaphead. So let's have a look at this from this. Yeah, right behind the goals. Have a look. Oh, by the way. Oh, yeah. I mean, Szczesny should have done better. I've got to be critical. Szczesny should have done better because he does get a hand. It does hit his hand. It does hit his hand going in. So really, Szczesny should be doing better. Along with other players closing Maguire down. But yeah, Szczesny does sort of be reacting a lot quicker than that. Exactly, Jonathan. Exactly. He's an 84th. Nothing to say basically. He's an 84th minute winner against Poland without Lewandowski. That's what I was saying earlier. They haven't even got their best player on the pitch. And it's going to finish obviously 2-1, but it's taken a set piece in the 84th minute to win the game without their best player. And people think we're going to get to the semi-final with this fucker. Of course we are. I mean, the squad, we've got, again, personnel-wise, in terms of players, we've got the talent to get to the semi-final at least. But the manager is another matter. To be honest, I'm fully England v Scotland. I'm obviously doing all the watch-alongs for the Euros as well, like all the big games in the Euros and in England games as well, obviously. England v Scotland being one of them. I'm going to have Colin on as well, because obviously him being Scottish and from living up there and all that. As soon as we found out, we were literally, as you guys know, live going, bang, cool. That's what we're doing. We're definitely doing a watch along for that. We're definitely coming together for that on this channel. And to be honest, at this moment in time, I'm fully expecting England to lose that game against Scotland. Fully expecting it because of how Southgate is. Oh, Poland on the attack. Oh my God. Walker, don't swing your leg like that, please. Yeah, it's gone to a back five now. Yeah. Also, he's contradicted himself in that case as well, because before the game kicked off, he was saying we've looked at it, we've assessed things, and we believe. Oh my God, Poland almost scored there. If that had fallen to Poland's number 11, if that's fallen to him perfectly the way he wanted it, that's 2-2. I'm telling you. Well, Kane's down holding his fucking groin. Whatever's there anyway. What was I say now? But yeah, that's it. Yeah, we looked at things, we reassessed it, and playing for back four going forward, not just for this game, but going forward. This formation is what we're going with. No matter what, we ain't changing it. Calvert-Lewin's coming on for England for the last few minutes. Well, hey, he's going to be happy. He must be so pissed off. I'm sorry. Literally, first game. I know it's San Marino, but he plays the game, starts it, scores 2 goals. I know it's San Marino, but he hasn't. Is it literally his first bit of gameplay since then? Yeah, this is in the 88th minute. But South Africa doesn't have his favourites though. Sorry, what? Macedonia scored. They were beaten. It was 1-0 at half time. So what is it now? Got to get it up. One sec. France only winning 1-0 against Bosnia. Yeah, 2-1. North Macedonia scored. Bloody hell. Gundogan scored a penalty. Yeah, just scored. My days. Big up Macedonia. Greece versus Georgia is 1-1. Iceland are winning 3-1 against Liechtenstein. Italy are winning 1-0 against Lithuania. Moldova are losing 4-1 to Israel. Northern Ireland and Bulgaria is 0-0. Albania winning 2-0 against San Marino. Scotland are winning 4-0. Go on, Scotland. Against Faroe Islands. Spain winning 3-1 against Kosovo. Ukraine, Kazakhstan is 1-1. Okay, now. Denmark winning 4-0 against Austria. Hungary winning 3-0 away to Andorra. Okay, in hell. How long we got? How much injury time we got? Actually, that'd be interesting. Get my words out eventually, guys. Oh dear. Four minutes. Yay. Can you name it? No, hell no. Oh dear. Germany are third in the group beyond Macedonia, Armenia. Oh, bloody hell. Surely Hercom Lowe announcing he's leaving hasn't mentally done the players over and thought, fuck it, why are we bothering? Have Germany even announced who his replacement is, by the way? Or they're still looking? Werner missed a sitter, apparently it was really bad, yeah. Oh, so it doesn't survive it. But from what I've seen of him at Chelsea this season, not surprising, to be honest. Comes to England and goes to fucking shit. Alioski is in the... Oh my god, I didn't know. Okay. Oh, okay, now. So what, one Premier League player and that's it, and they're fucking beating Germany, the former best, not say best in the world, world champions in recent years. Oh, thanks. I think that's a bit of a dig here from Jay, by the way. Bit of a dig. Ryan has a better chance to win a marathon than England's chances of winning the Euros. Thanks. Don't know if I'm insulted or... Yeah. Right, he should get something. I want to do something right at the end of all this, by the way. It'll be fucking quick. I'm against the clock. Yes, I bloody am. I'm against that clock. Here we go, the after one. Yay. Hopefully that works. Do all this, it doesn't work, I'll cry. Pando is 37. Is he still playing? Jesus Christ. Yeah, he used to play for Inter. He had a, what? I can't remember. I don't know what you called it, but he had a certain particular hairstyle, so to say. Basically a long piece of hair, all sort of intertwined into. I'll have to get you a picture sometime over the weekend, say at the weekend or something. Oh my God. The last attack of the game. The whistle back to goal. They're pretty ending to, yeah. Okay. I knew Inter didn't do well. And Pandev. Probably pronounced it wrong, but yeah. Yeah, fucking Pope's taking further that goal kick. I suppose something's actually coming out about what's happened earlier with Curtis Jones, like actual confirmation of what side of the fucking bus it's on. Yeah, Southgate parking the bus against Poland at home with no fans as well. Is that it? Nope, not yet. Oh, Poland got an advantage. Going to play it there. Poland looks at one last attack in them. Can we give them one last attack? Or they note whistle is about to go. That's it. Game over. England have won 2-1. Skin of their fucking teeth. Emily, you still there, by the way? It's gone quiet again. Oh dear. Okay, now things I've put myself through, hey, for content, for the content, for the international fucking bollocks that is the international fucking break. But hey, the last time we'll be doing this season now, because after this, no more international football, I believe, touch wood, until the actual season itself, domestic-wise, club-wise, is over. Touch wood. Say that now. What an awful match. Yeah, don't. So, John, it's saying something in a watch-along for any game when we spoke about, obviously, we spent most of the first half talking about social media and the clause situation and this, not my thoughts on it, this, that, and the other. We then spent the last half of that and half time talking about Southgate and how poor a manager he really is. We've then spent pretty much the entire second half, by the last 10, 15 minutes, talking fucking politics about fucking the national lockdown and how Boris is a fucking knobhead. And how we're probably going to get another lockdown because of him. Yeah, that's how bad that game was. But as I said, somehow, we don't know where people get this from. Yes, we do have, player-wise, the personnel to be a semi-final team at any tournament, like European, Euros or World Cup. But we haven't got the manager with the tactical nous or the brain to do that, to get the best out of these, to not just get the best out of these players, but utilise it and get us to that next stage. But yeah. What it is? What day? When today? I've got actually before I go. I am uploading a video tomorrow. Rounds. I'll be putting it together today with a few people, and I'm waiting for a few more bits and pieces, a few more bits to be sent over to me to put together with the other stuff to compile it all together. And I'll be then uploading that. And basically, what it's going to be like a tribute upload to David Rocastle of his anniversary today. So I've had people send in their tributes to David, and then I'm putting it all together. And there's a couple more coming tomorrow morning. Once I've got them last couple of people in, literally finish off putting them together and uploading it to the channel. As soon as I do, guys, literally please not only just view it, but obviously do share it around as well. And obliterate the like button. And if you're new to the channel as well and like that sort of thing, and obviously like these watch-alongs and the other stuff I do on this channel, as you'll go through, if you're new if you've just come across the channel or whatever, do subscribe. Basically, do smash that like button, do share the content. As always, we all say it, and we go. Go back into the chat. Yeah, at least you got 3 points. Yeah, well, it's gonna have a tea, but yeah. Cheddar's in the chat saying to Jonathan, I've had feet art. Oh dear, beat us on Sunday. I don't know what. Well, the thing is, we're going to have a fully fit Saka as well. Because even though he was initially picked for the England squad, he didn't want to participate, so to say. Didn't want to risk causing any further injuries, says it all. And I was going to say now. So we have a fully fit Saka. We've got no injuries coming back, as far as I'm aware. Odegaard seems to be fine, touch wood. So it all seems to be well on that front as well. But to be honest, it's one of them games where it could be either dull fucking 0-0, the way two teams have been this especially this second half of the season, like yourselves, and then where we're so consistent, or we do nick it. It just depends on what Arsenal turns up in a day and what Liverpool turns up. Germany lost. Fuck, that's a darn Jesus. Look, I remember us having I remember in the early 2000s, every qualifier for the Euros or the World Cup, we always had Macedonia in our group. Always. We'd always find a way of winning the game. There'd be a tough, because of that, they'd damn it to lose, they'd give us a game, but we'd win 2-3-0 every time, home and away. We never lost to Macedonia. Germany they've won a World Cup recently. We're in sort of rebuild, if you will. Oh, they've actually named him. They've actually have named him then. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Let's see how that goes then. Stefan, big up Stefan. Bit of a shock, yeah. Weren't expecting that. Bit of a shock that we fucking turned that round the way we did with our fuck up. Jonathan Stones and Pope doing what they did, having a brain fart moment. Stop pissing in the wind, Cheddars. With Liverpool, I don't put anything part. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm saying it depends not only what Liverpool turns up, but what Arsenal turns up. If we turn up the way we did against, for example, Tottenham in North London Derby or Man United back in Old Trafford, even though it weren't the best of games, we still turned up at the two teams and took our chance in the end. And chances in the North London Derby. If that's and also the Chelsea game back on Boxing Day, if that Arsenal turns up, we will win, unless the Liverpool that we came accustomed to before New Year turns up. If that Liverpool turns up, then fuck knows what the game's going to be like. It could go either way. But if we get the Liverpool that turns up, that we've seen turn up since New Year, especially at the Liverpool at Anfield, for example, where they turn up away, that turns up in an away game, we will win. But that's going to be clipped now by Jonathan and Cheddars, and if Arsenal lose, I'm going to be slaughtered. And then I'm going to have to go back and come back and actually clip it up myself and actually add more context to the bone and meat to it and go, actually, this is what I actually consider in the build-up to technically cover myself. Just asking to be back. Big up Rusty just joined us. All right, you all right, mate? And hope to see you on Saturday. it's a full line. I've got most of the lineup ready for Saturday's watch along in terms of panel and all that. Still got obviously still got loads of spaces to go. Got a few spaces to go. So because of how many people we can have on this stream, up to 9, not 8 other people altogether, including myself, so 9 altogether. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Let's see how many more people I can get on board. And yeah, and then as I said, because it's an evening game and have time of night, not the time it is at kickoff. The reviews / player ratings for that game will be on Sunday at some point. Again, time-wise, I'll let you guys all know on Saturday, obviously. But yeah, that'll be on Sunday. In normal circumstances, from now on, when the game's like midday or the second kickoff time based, the second slot of today, then the reviews / player rating will be later on in the evening. Later that evening, about 6, 7 o'clock that evening. And we'll go from there. But yeah, obviously got to also doing the watch-along highlights. So actually, I want to ask you a question before I wrap things up. In terms of my watch-along highlights upload that I do on this channel, I have been doing the last month or so. Last one I did put out there was on the West Ham game. I did that the day after, and obviously the traction wasn't really there. So how do you want me to do the actual upload of the highlights of the watch along on the same day, like having half an hour to an hour after ending the stream, the live stream, I mean, or do you want it a bit later than that? Just like on the same day, but a bit later. I need to sort of get your input basically, because obviously it won't be the next day, and obviously even Thursday night's fucking that's interesting. Jesus, literally Thursday 8 o'clock. that race plays that race is a lot bloody. At home, aren't we? Right. But hang on now. Yeah, we've got them at 8 o'clock, so 9, around 10 o'clock, just after 10, we'll come off here, and so yeah, Jesus Christ. So what? In that case, the upload for the highlights of the watch along will be up. In that case, around 25 to 11 that night. Jesus Christ, the grafting, mate. I fucking graft. Bloody arse off. But yeah, it all comes good in the end. Southgate got away. Yeah, totally. Won't disagree with you. I'm not one of them blind supporters to go, actually, he's fantastic. Best thing since sliced bread and all that crap. He is crap, and he got away with it tonight. Me and the guys were just saying, literally, they didn't have. I've been saying all night, they don't even have their best player. He is out injured for tonight, and we struggled. And as Gary said a minute ago, the difference between us winning and losing tonight's game was Lewandowski not playing. Clearly, by the result in the end. Oh dear. But it is what it is. Just remember to check on bloody hell. You guys have gone off one, you guys have. But yeah, I'm going to wrap things up now. Take this off the screen, take the score down as well. And then do that. Oh, bloody hell, more comments. Of course there is. Don't it bang more. Oh my God, give me strength. I'll Russ, behave yourself. No. Mate, if you, Russ, accidentally said put that Southgate in Arsenal manager in the same sentence earlier. And even then straight away I went, no, didn't mean that in England manager. And you got to put in the Arsenal manager. No, actually I mean England manager, because I even literally said that afterwards. That if he'd ever put in an Arsenal manager, I think I'd rather fucking watch paint dry. then watch that dross week in, week out. But yeah. Okay, last night in that desperate, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I'm going to sort of wrap things up myself in the sense of, yeah, as I said, I've got that upload tomorrow around 11 a.m, 12 p.m. UK time. That'll be going up once I get it all put together. Never sent me their little clips for me to put together, this, that, the other. That'll be going up. And then that's for Friday. I'll probably try and probably do the preview on Friday evening and then do the watch-along as well on Saturday evening, 8 p.m. kickoff. So I'll be going live 7:30 UK time for that. And then obviously the review player ratings will be the following day, around, again, I haven't decided the time yet, but it'll be around 5, 6 o'clock that night, UK time. And yeah, we'll go from there. And then the rest of the schedule I'll put together for next week, the next few days as well. So that and then as I do that, update you guys on that. But yeah, until then, guys, as always, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash that like button if you wouldn't believe. Share the content around left, right, and centre. And yeah, let's try and get between now and the last game of the season. That's what I said. Between now and I've got to set the target in place myself. That between now, today, right now, to the end of the last day of the season, when the final whistle goes, when we play Brighton at the Emirates, because I'm not. Even if we get to the Europa League final, I don't count that as end of season Premier League wise. I mean, between now and then, to hit the 2,000k subs mark, and we're 300 off that as we speak. Unless it's changed since we've gone live. Oh dear. Oh, Ross Barkley's joined us, ladies and gentlemen. Aston Villa. But you're happy, Ross. Hey. Should be in England squad, you should. Why was it in the England squad, actually? I know Grealish was injured, but still. No reason for Barkley, but hey, what do I know? But again, Southgate has his favourites, so let's not even go there with that one. But Ross, if you're new, right, you're clearly new to the channel, so please do subscribe and spread the word with your teammates. And Martin, say hello to Emmy for us. Oh dear, got it off. Oh dear, got it off. But yeah, so yeah, we're currently 300 away from that target. And I think that's a realistic target between now and that last game of the season against Brighton full time. Even if we do get manage to get to Europa League final, that date is still in place. I'm not changing the date basically. And then we go from there. Once we get to that date, if we hit that target beforehand, then obviously we assess things and go from there. Take things one step at a time, basically. That'd be fantastic if we can do that beforehand. Between now and then, that'd be fantastic. I'm sort of allowing plenty of time because it's 300. Plenty of time to sort of not have that pressure. It'll get to the point I'm like, oh for fuck. Oh well, it is what it is. We go to the summer. Got the Euros. That'll get the fucking numbers in. Trust me. Because as I said, when it comes to Euros, are becoming not just England games and not the home nations like Wales and Scotland as well. When Scotland ain't playing England, obviously. Or covering all the big games in the other groups as well, and throughout the tournament, all the way up to the final. So there's content there. Try and get James on as well, not just of the Holland, like England games, but Holland bits and bits, just in general. Assuming it goes ahead, obviously. And yeah, they've got the pre-season. Obviously, things don't expire out of control here in the UK, and actually can do a pre-season here in the UK. But the pre-season, all the pre-season matches I'll be covering here. Doing what we do. Whatever pre-season games they put in place. I think We'll be able to. So I will be doing watch songs on the channel for that as well. And then we go from there. And then in terms of next season, we have to readjust and sort of look at things near the time, because until we know what's going to happen in terms of attendance levels being introduced into next season for all our respective clubs, respectively, home and away, I can't say in terms of watch-alongs if it will be like it has been this season, in the sense of every game or that start the season like covering both home and away, or hit a bit, or it'd be hit and miss, basically, things like that. I can't commit to that yet because we don't know. As I said, once we get closer to that start of the season, and then we know what's in place, and realistically, and obviously depending on the numbers that are allowed in and if to set stadiums and like that area, we can reassess things. I think away games, as it stands, I don't think away fans. I still don't. As far as I'm aware, away fans won't be allowed in still at the start of the season. As far as I'm aware, it might change. That's what I'm saying, but we have to reassess things near the time. So in terms of the away game watch-alongs, I can still do them. But obviously, if it's a full, like, if what we're being told is true and they go way off you go sort of thing, come the summer, like start next season, you have full capacity, off you go. Then obviously the home games going to be the home watch-alongs will be a lot more restricted. Unless obviously I would sort of open it up to having them continue, but I won't be obviously able to be on it. We have someone else hosting it with their own panel and the guests and all that. But again, this is all reassessed. This is all jumping ahead of time, and months ahead at the moment. So it's all reassessed. We'll assess that near the time during pre-season, and that will be planned ahead. So on that side of things, but definitely, unless we're told different about away games, we'll be covering the away games on this channel. All the other content, all the other new content I'll be bringing to the channel as well next season. And yeah, we go from there. Oh, we always be over ourselves, Stefan. And then Tabu is it by what he's just put in the comments. Oh my god. Well, I'm 31, 32, mate, so literally 70. Is that a weekend? Is that actually I'm trying to think, because obviously in terms of capacity of fans in the stadium, it's the 17th, the last game of the season. So my birth, oh my god, I'm gonna be 32 and it's gonna be fans back in the stadium. Well, X amount of fans, not full capacity, obviously. See how I'm delaying this, shutting off the thing and doing my one last thing. Oh yeah, come on. Bloody hell. Yeah, here we go. 23rd of May. Jeez, for the Brighton game. So between now and the 20th, as it stands, 23rd to 24th of May, the target is to get subs between now and then to 2,000. We're 300. We are currently 300 away exactly from that target. But yeah, I'm gonna go now, guys. I'm gonna see you. I won't physically see you tomorrow, but obviously you've got the upload coming for that. The tribute to Rocky coming up tomorrow, which has all been put together, as I said, and I'll physically see you Friday evening, hopefully. If not, I'll see you on Saturday. But definitely Saturday. I'm hoping, obviously, time consuming and how I feel, mouth and all that. Definitely try and get a preview in on Friday as well. But until then, as always, enjoy the international. It's almost over. We're almost at the end of international fucking game, bullshit football. The proper football's coming back soon, boys and girls, and I cannot wait. And until then, as always, up the Arsenal. Come on, you guys.